and always appropriate that we always are together. We are always in togetherness, which he said is the simplest form of awareness, which is the seat of immortality. And Maharishi said we are a very powerful group because we function from the field of invincibility. The afternoon was given to sharing ideas on how to make Maharishi Vedic vibration technology, advanced techniques, TM City program, Maharishi Ayurveda, Vaidyas, Panchakarma, more readily available, more easily available, and more successful. A very productive afternoon. And now we begin with our evening presentations. And we'll begin this evening with the Middle East. Raja Kingsley, I beg your pardon. Please introduce the National Director of Israel.
Jai Gurudev. It's a great joy to introduce Dr. Alex Kutai, National Director for the past 12 years of Israel. Dr. Kutai has been an initiator since 1973 and has been full-time for Maharishi's movement since 1975. So it's a great joy to introduce Dr. Kutai.
Jai Gurudev. May we have the first slide, please? Here are the achievements of the TM movement in Israel in the past months that we offer to Gurudev, Maharishi, and all masters of the holy Vedic tradition. We have a total of 16 active governors, 5 full-time teachers, and 11 part-time teachers. We have 1 permanent TM center in Tel Aviv, located in the very heart of the city, close to the government main offices and headquarters of Israel Defense Army. Other activities are held in Upper Galilee, the city of Haifa, town of Binyamina, region of Ramla Rehovot, region south of Israel near the city of Ashkelon, and in Hararit, which is Israel Cedar Land. Please show slide number 2 and slide number 3. In the last 12 months, we have initiated 233 people. We had 6 World Peace Assemblies and residence courses with total of 105 course participants. We had 2 visits of Vedic experts. Please show slide number 4. We held 1 TMCD course with 10 course participants. Advanced techniques were given to 20 course participants. Maharishi Vedic vibration technology treatments were given to 11 course participants with 14 disorders. In January 2013, 27 Israelis CPs had participated in International World Peace Assembly for Middle East countries held in Turkey with the auspicious presence of Maharaja Adhiraj Rajaram, who shared with us all most inspiring knowledge. Many thanks to Albert Baruch and his wife Vesile, National Directors of Turkey, and Raja Paul and Susie Potter for the most efficient and dedicated work to arrange such an outstanding and most successful international WPA. Please show slide number 5. This is the group in front, in the back of the hotel in near Antalya, Turkey. This time was also very important for Israel since it was just before our elections. Just after the WPA, the results of elections surprised everyone. First, the percentage of people who came out to vote was higher than in many years. Second, the elections in Israel turned out to favor a new wave of leaders who were more liberal and younger. And there was a turnover of 50% in the Israeli parliament. So this is a positive trend. Some other recent good news showing positive trends is that just on July 8th, Likud and Shas, two important parties in the parliament, two of those parties sent delegation to visit Ramallah, capital of Palestine territories. A Likud secretariat member said, "Last time I visited Ramallah 2 years ago, I was the only Likud member. Today we have almost 50 people from the Likud." He also said, "We cannot allow this conflict to pass down to our children and grandchildren." In April, we had a successful Vadia tour by Vadia Vyas, organized by Dorit Goldschmidt, who gave 70 consultations. He also, Vadia Vyas, had a series of very inspiring lectures on Maharishi Ayurveda given in a WPN residence course in Kibbutz Mizrah. In May, we had another successful seminar on Maharishi Vedic Science, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, taught by Dr. Evan Finkelstein from MUM. That seminar was held in residence in the same kibbutz, Mizrah, with 30 course participants. Please show slide number 7. And finally, Israel has done regular monthly yagyas now through 2012 and 2013, thanks mainly to Dorit Goldschmidt. Please show slide number 8. Several times now, the yagyas have created a quieting and calming effect in Israel when tensions had increased. I want to thank all supporters of Israel yagyas and for all those who are practicing Maharishi's programs for creating individual enlightenment and heaven on earth. Also, a big thank you to dear Raja Kingsley and Leslie Brooks for their most devoting attention they're giving to us by visiting us several times a year, keeping in touch by phone, Skype, and thank you so much for all the inspiration you give us. All glory to Gurudev, Maharishi, Maharaja Dhiraj Rajaram, and the holy masters of Vedic tradition. Jai Gurudev.
5 minutes and a half, 5.5 minutes. Sorry.
For this beautiful report showing so many profound changes taking place in Israel, coming directly from the enlivenment of the qualities of the unified field in the collective consciousness. It's now a great joy to invite video to play the recorded message, or rather the recorded slides of Raja Win. Raja Win is, most importantly, I think, mayor of Maharishi Vedic City. And he is also Raja of Invincible New Zealand, Armenia, Kenya, Pakistan, Iraq, Vanuatu, Liberia, and Burundi. Welcome, Raja Win.
I am Svetlana Galstian, the National Director of Armenia. It's a great honor to speak at the National Directors Conference and offer our humble achievements. Armenia has enjoyed 2 historic visits this year. On February 28, Armenia was honored to welcome the Raja of Armenia, Raja Win, and the mother of the domain, Maureen Win. The extensive media coverage about the Raja's visit, as well as many meetings with governors, siddhas, and meditators, have inspired the number of initiations which have gone up to 300% since his visit. Most of the initiates are young teachers and psychologists who are interested in becoming siddhas. Another humble achievement, again inspired by Raja Win, was the success of the advanced techniques in June taught by Mr. and Mrs. Omanat. 21 people learned advanced techniques, 5 people did Maharishi Vedic vibration technology, and 10 people did the TM City refresher course. Everyone was full of gratitude and happiness. The second historic visit to Armenia was the Prime Minister's first visit on the 5th of July on our Constitution Day. He gave inspiring talks to governors, siddhas, meditators, educators, mass media representatives. His meetings with leading educators in Armenia and their positive response give Armenia a good chance for another wave of initiations. We all still remember 1989 and 1990 when thousands and thousands were initiated and 250 people learned the TM cities, making Armenia twice invincible. We have had 5 national yagyas done this year, and more than 40 people have been making their contributions. We want to thank the Raj Rajeshwari and Henry and Sally Brickhouse for their generous contribution. Also, 2 people went to Invincible America course, and 1 governor did mother and baby course in June. We are very grateful to the Raja of Armenia for his guidance, for outlining and constantly advising on the necessary steps toward creating a group of yogic flyers, preferably at some educational institution which will create Maharishi effect and secure invincibility for Armenia. All gratitude to His Holiness Maharishi Ji. All glory to Gurudev. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. This is Virginie and James from New Zealand. We are going to give a little report on Cook Islands in the Pacific, where we went this year in May to teach TM to some people.
The Cook Islands are located about 20 degrees south of the equator, right in the middle of the Pacific, and very remote. They are home to about 15,000 people, made up of 17 islands. The main island is Rarotonga, which has about 7,000 people. Cook Islands are very beautiful, very tropical. Until this point, there has never been any teaching activity there, and so we went there for 2 weeks and held introductory lectures and promoted TM. We had about 15 people show up to introductory lectures, and we taught a tribal leader and some of the other locals. So thank you, Raj Win, and Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. My name is Leonard Stein. I am the Director of Education for Switzerland, and this last year we started teaching Maharishi's Transcendental Meditation in Iraq. We were invited to give a TM course in Iraqi Kurdistan, a largely autonomous, peaceful and prosperous region in the north of the country. So I flew to Erbil, the region's capital, which is the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world. 8,000 years of human civilization. There is great interest there in TM and in all of Maharishi's programs, and the course participants enjoyed the benefits right from the first day. This is the fulfillment of Einstein's theories, said the first meditator in Kurdistan. I feel giggly, said another course participant. I feel clear relief from hypertension, said another participant. I was very impressed by the dynamism and prosperity there, and mainly by the warm hospitality and level of education of the people. We feel very grateful to Maharishi and the Vedic tradition for the practical knowledge they have brought to the people of the world, and it is thrilling to see it reach every country of the world now. Today, I express the wish that under the enlightened leadership of Raja Win and Dear Maureen, all the people of Kurdistan and of Iraq as a whole will have access to TM and to all of Maharishi's programs for ideal education, for perfect health, and for peace and invincibility. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Since the last Guru Purnima, we've had 88 new initiations, 17 advanced techniques, 7 MVVT sessions, and 3 TM series courses. We also got 40 new Siddhas who attended the TM series course at the Maharishi Secondary School in Mbale, Uganda in September last year. Also 3 Kenyans, Christine Naituli, Miss Quatra, and Simon Mwangi, attended the 2-week consciousness-based education course in Meru last year. In April, we received 3 newly trained TM teachers from the TTC in Thailand. Fred Mwachiro is now teaching TM at the coast in the towns of Lamu, Malindi, and Mombasa. Monica Tioni has joined the school project in the Rift Valley, and Miss Quatra has started to teach in Nairobi, and especially in the Indian community. The school project in the Rift Valley continues to grow with these school children and their parents having regular group meditation in separate classrooms. But now we have constructed the Vastu Maharishi Invincibility Center for this community, and it is just remaining with just finishing, and this means that these young ones and their parents will have a much more dignified home for their group practice. We have also constructed a bridge connecting 2 villages to the new meditation facility, and this bridge was commissioned by the Raja of Invincible Kenya in March. I would like to thank all those who have contributed so generously towards these projects. In November, we are planning to have a TDS course with more than 50 CPs in this community as a basis of coherence creating group for Kenya. Also, our domiciled version of the global TM website is almost going online. So we hope this will bring our level of initiations to what they are having in the UK. Jai Gurudev.
Gurudev, I am Dr. Ashok Kumar, the National Director of Pakistan. It is really a great honor to speak at National Director Conference in the presence of Maharaja Adiraj Rajaramji and other Rajas. Our humble achievements are, total initiations are near 400. Only during last 5 months we initiated 56%. We have visited big cities of 3 provinces like Lahore, Islamabad, Hyderabad, Karachi, Abbottabad, and delivered TM talk and initiated many people. First time in our history I initiated retired and on-duty army officers like retired Lieutenant Major General, retired and on-duty majors and their families. First time in the history of Chamber of Commerce of capital city Islamabad arranged TM lecture that attended by retired government secretary, lawyers, teachers, businessmen and mind science experts. We initiated 27 people. At Karachi, 75 teachers of different institutes attended TM talk and we initiated 10 of them. We have translated TM material and pamphlet in our local Urdu language. Guru Purnima was unknown event here before, but now many TM family members invite us to celebrate Guru Purnima in their different cities. Large crowd of people love to listen Maharishiji's beautiful knowledge in different cities. I was invited by famous TV program called Religion and Human Intellect on TV1 and TV1 News. I did 8 programs for us. In this program, Muslim, Christian scholars, doctors and mind science experts invited. Well-known TV anchor Riyaz Aziz invited me for his web channel called ctv.tv. I recorded a complete TM intro talk with research chart of 65 minutes with question and answers. The most famous news called Geo telecast a short documentary on MIDT program by Sir Naseem Haider. He is a Siddha. In 2012, we have established a first TM center at Metropole Hotel, Karachi. We have arranged lecture of our dear Raja and Raj Rajeshwari at our TM center, Karachi. First time Bhori Bhai introduced Global Mother Divine Organization program to the teachers and students of different institutes. Articles about TM and MIDT published in the Lahore Times, Reader's Digest, Pakistan Secretary Society magazine. Many educators, professors, teachers are interested in CBE program. We arranged one-day seminar on CBE at our office. Jai Maharishi Ji, Jai Gurudev.
So go ahead. Martin is our new National Director of New Zealand, and the former National Director of New Zealand is also in attendance, Dr. Graham Lodge. And during the entire history of the movement, 51 years of New Zealand, which is a 1% country and a square root of 1% country, there's been only 5 national directors. It's a very coherent country, and we'll find out more about that from Martin right now. Jay Gurudev.
Jay Gurudev. Thank you, Rajawin. Our dear Dr. Graham Lodge is here. He's hurt his knee, so he's just resting in St. Leonberg, so that's why he's not with us today. It is a great honour and privilege to be here representing our great New Zealand movement's achievements this year, and it's my joy to offer our achievements to the group here and to the Holy Tradition of Masters. So, first slide, please. So, one of the achievements I wanted to describe was this year we placed Maharaja and Raja in the Constitution of Maharishi Foundation, and it was a great joy for all the governors to participate in this in the presence of the Prime Minister and Rajawin and Maureen in April. Thank you. Next slide. For the last many years in New Zealand, we have enjoyed having a Maharishi spiritual capital of New Zealand. 5 families have been organising the land there, and in the last year we have been working with them to finally create a subdivision, which has been quite difficult to achieve because of council regulations. But this year, on June 21st, the council gave the subdivision, and so now there are no more obstacles, and Maharishi Foundation will have its clear title for the Maharishi Spiritual Capital. In the red box there, that I think everyone can see, is the site where the Maharishi Tower of Invincibility will be built. And so we're very excited to be having this piece of land here now. Next slide, please. On Akshaya Tritiya, we raised the flag of the global country of world peace and broke ground where the tower will be constructed. Next slide, please. And erected a sign, a poster. It's quite a sturdy thing. It's attached to 2 pieces of Australian hardwood, quite big beams, so it's very solid. And we're hoping that we'll be able to start raising the funds for that very quickly. Our dear Dr. Neil Hamill has taken responsibility for raising all the funds for the Tower of Maharishi Invincibility, and we have great confidence that he'll be able to do that very quickly. If we could just go back 2 slides. Also at the site of the Maharishi Spiritual Capital, we have a team of young mothers working to create, previous slide, thank you, working to create a Maharishi School of the Age of Enlightenment, so that that'll be the engine of the Maharishi Tower of Invincibility. Also, we're looking at land just 2-3 minutes drive away where we can build more houses for a peace colony. So next slide. Also, as we saw before, James Hodgson and Virginie are directors of the Maharishi Spiritual Capital. They've created this wonderful website, and we're beginning to very much actively promote many different types of courses there, Maharishi Vedic Expert Tours, residence courses, WPAs. We've got a 10-bedroom residential facility in the beautiful Maharishi Spiritual Capital there. Next slide, please. This year we welcomed back 2 new governors, Lucy Margan and Stephen Riley. We also welcomed back Divya Devi, my wife. She's come from Chile where she was teaching Transcendental Meditation, and then also Virginie Corvisser. I think I pronounced that right. And we have been having many governors' conferences, and we are very focused on teaching Transcendental Meditation. The numbers are modest at this time. We have only taught 162 in the last year, and 20 through the Stress-Free Schools program, but we feel very confident with our full focus that we'll be able to increase those numbers dramatically. And it's a real joy to be working with this group of governors. It's a mix of half experienced, mature, wise teachers of transcendental meditation with 30, 40 years experience, and then second generation teachers who are very enthusiastic and creative and energetic. So it's really enjoyable to work as a team together. Next slide. This is the Maharishi Stapati Vade Maharishi Invincibility Centre in Auckland. Next slide. We just opened a TM Centre in Wellington 6 weeks ago, and it's in a very nice neighbourhood, the most affluent neighbourhood in Wellington. It's perfectly aligned, so we're very excited about that. Next slide. This is just the lecture hall inside the TM Centre. Next slide. In the last 2 months, we've been working on the international website. We've been developing it and customising it to make it more New Zealandified. And so it's been very, very enjoyable, and we're quite excited with the progress we've made with it. Next slide. James and Virginia have been organising the Maharishi Vedic Expert Tours. We had 35 advanced techniques in the last year and 11 MVVT sessions. Next slide. Maharishi Ayurveda New Zealand is growing very quickly. And in the last year, we've greatly expanded the number of clients in New Zealand, so that's a great joy. Next slide. And Dr. Neil Hamill is just doing an absolutely outstanding job in building Maharishi Stapati Vade in New Zealand and organising all of the construction. We have 40 Maharishi Stapati Vade buildings in New Zealand with 3 underway. This is the most recent building that was built last year. It's actually my brother's house. And it's sort of a slightly alternative, modern house, but yes. And one of the more exciting things is Neil has been working with some of our Maori TM teachers, and they have got government funding to create Kahanga Reo, Maharishi Stapati Vade Kahanga Reo, which is a Maori kindergarten preschool. And so it's completely government funded, so it's great. And then just finally, we've had 29 national yagis in the last year, and our team of national yagya ambassadors, Brahmananda Saraswati ambassadors, are working diligently and constantly looking for more ways to get more yagis, so that's good as well. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry I went over time. Sorry, Rajuin. Jai Gurudev.
Rajawin, would you like to add any more comments?
Well, Maureen and I are very proud of all the governors in the countries that we're privileged to be the Raja and Mother Divine of, the domain of. And as we can see from these tapes, they speak for themselves. And we have 3 other countries, and next Guru Purnima, I'm sure, national directors of those countries will also give very beautiful presentations.
Thank you, Rajawin. It's been thrilling to see the developments in the countries of your domain, and we congratulate you. Thank you very much for preparing all these beautiful reports. And we now have an announcement from the Department of Maharishi Veda Aroma and Aromatherapy. If we could have that, please.
The Department of Maharishi Aromatherapy of the Maharishi College of Perfect Health in Vlodrop, the Netherlands, would like to invite everyone to dive deep into the fascinating knowledge and experience of Maharishi Aromatherapy, with pure, highest quality Veda Roma essential oils and join one of our new training courses. During the course, you'll experience the powerful effects of the pure, certified organic and wild harvested Veda Roma essential oils and learn how to apply them to greatly increase your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, as well as promoting spiritual growth. You'll receive a wealth of interesting and practical knowledge about essential oils, their properties and indications, their history, chemistry, and existing scientific research, including the unique EEG research of Dr. Keith Wallace and Dr. Alaric Arenander with Veda Roma essential oils. And you'll learn how to conduct a Maharishi aromatherapy consultation and how to prescribe the appropriate essential oils and methods of application for balancing the doshas and helping reduce minor health problems.
Ayurveda says, apart from the balance and the purification of the body, unless until your senses, mind and soul is not in bliss, you cannot be a healthy person. So this aromatherapy course gives that dimension to be having into the state of bliss, or to create the state of bliss at the level of senses, mind and soul. Aromatherapy course, in the framework of Ayurveda, which is the uniqueness of this course, is a great approach to treat the society with a bliss, especially in the present time when so many numerous, countless disorders are coming out of the stress. So aromatherapy, approach of aromatherapy, which is apart from acting everywhere, mostly and very predominantly, very effectively acting on psychology, lift of courage, stress-free, insomnia. So I can say that using of aromatherapy in the framework of Ayurveda will be a unique approach and will be very, very beneficial to the society.
The knowledge we have been giving and gaining during this course is quite profound, and everybody has said that they did not expect it to be that profound and so complex. And so if you hear aromatherapy, well, you think, why does it need to be 2 weeks? And but we have been learning about all the aspects of Maharishi aromatherapy. And Maharishi aromatherapy is more than just aromatherapy, which is, as we know, one of the fastest growing natural complementary therapies today, which offers innumerable simple and effective methods for the prevention and cure of diseases, and even for diseases which cannot be treated otherwise or only at the cost of severe side effects. So aromatherapy means promoting physical, mental and emotional health through the use of essential oils. And Maharishi aromatherapy means enlivening consciousness, the inner intelligence of body and mind, to restore wholeness and balance for perfect health. That means Maharishi aromatherapy combines modern aromatherapy with the ancient principles of Maharishi Ayurveda. The essential oils we are using in Maharishi aromatherapy are the Veda Aroma essential oils, and these are the highest, purest essential oils you can get in the market. They are organic and or wildcrafted, and it's necessary to have the highest, purest essential oils for the treatment of imbalances, because only then we can have the full therapeutic effect.
I think this made the whole course so successful, because it enlivened not only on the intellectual level but also the emotional level of the participants. Metabolizing experience as an aspect of prevention. Maharishi laid great emphasis that we develop the channels of the five senses so that they are so pure that any sensory experience can be metabolized in the experience of bliss. And only this is real prevention. So all the five channels of perception, the five senses must be so clear that all experiences through any of the five senses always inspire bliss.
When I entered the door of the Department of Maharishi Aromatherapy, my experience was I just appreciated the scents and the smells. And I think most of us had that already established in our life already. But I was surprised to discover that that is only one little side benefit of the program. That really this is the study not of the olfactory sense, but of the relationship of the individual to his cosmic intelligence. It's because every modality of Maharishi Ayurveda functions on the level of wholeness to reestablish wholeness. Swasta, perfect health comes from that level. And it functions, purifies, nourishes, and re-enlivens that junction point between consciousness and physiology. That's what those tiny little drops do. But each do it in a way that a certain very specific or sets of laws of nature function in a very unique way. That intelligence is able to seek out the imbalance in just a matter of seconds, really. Locate it, identify it, balance it, restore it, remind it of its own essential nature, remind it of how it's supposed to function.
I enjoyed so much to be in this experience level when we could test all the oils one after the other and have this tremendous effect that we could really concretely feel inside, that it is quickly influencing the physiology, the mind and emotions, and also it's very powerful. So I'm really convinced that even in a medical practice it can be really very useful, and I already like to start very quickly in my daily practice to see how to implement and to start to use it for the benefits of people.
Experiments have shown that the inhalation of essential oils balances the activities of the right and left hemispheres of the brain, and the two sides begin to function more coherently. And Dr. Alarik Arinanda in USA has actually done some research recently on our Veda Aroma essential oils, and the results were very remarkable.
What you're going to see in the next few minutes is some research in which we've looked at the brain waves while an individual is smelling the particular oil called lavender. This is now our final set of displays showing you what happened to the brain during the inhalation of lavender in this subject. We have the same 3 sections of time before, during, and after inhalation of lavender. And the 2 traces showing the EEG on top are identical from the past. Those are the left and right prefrontal cortex alpha waves. The bottom 2 displays show 4 traces. The top of the 2 contain 2 traces, and the bottom one contains 2 traces. We have now 4 EEG coherence traces for the same period of time. These coherences include the front and back on the left, and the coherence between the front and back on the right. We have 4 pairs. And notice that during the time of inhalation, there is still a lot of oscillation in the coherence, but that shortly afterwards, there is a tremendous amount of coherence across the entire brain as measured by these 4 pairs: the front, the back, the left, and the right. And this goes on for some period of time, and towards the end of this display we can see it happens again in the other box of about 4 or 5 seconds. This is an example of how smelling this scent of lavender in this individual created coherence across the entire brain, as illustrated by these 4 pairs. This is referred to as total brain functioning, and we can see that following the inhalation, lavender allowed this individual to have an experience of total brain functioning, complete integration of the cortical mantle and therefore of conscious experience. And it happened again towards the end of this period. And this was repeated multiple times during this test, and basically the same phenomenon was found. Right after the inhalation of the ascent, there was periods with eyes open of total brain functioning.
So essential oils are the essence. Essential oils are the essence, the essential nature of every plant, whether it's the blossom or it's the leaf or it's the bark. It's the essence. It's the essence of that plant life. It's a compactified structure of sunlight that's been converted into biological molecules. It's that concentrated plant life that we can then put into a bottle properly and then made use of in our own personal life, even if we can't be out in the forests and the fields and the jungles of our environment. The innate intelligence in plant awakens the inner intelligence of our mind and body. These essential oils, these scents, remind the body's cells of their origin in consciousness, in self-referral consciousness, and the design for immortality embedded in the fine fabric of the physiology.
And I think the most obvious thing about aromatherapy is that when you do it, you just are amazed at how these oils have such a marvelous effect. And you just, keep trying a new one, and it's so interesting, and it's incredibly delightful. It's like a celestial experience. So it's very akin to meditating. You have this, and it's a very enriching and enlivening experience for everyone. And we have to realize that it's been a part of every great tradition. It's been a very vital part. The Egyptians, the Greeks, China, India. I mean, this was something royal. This is something that the kings and the very, very top level of society had it, as well as even the commoners had many, many uses of aromatherapy. So it's only in our scientific age when we've kind of lost its value, and now it's being revived in a very, very powerful and complete way through the Veda aromatherapy.
Like Maharishi Ji, to create heaven on earth and disease-free society, he has given us opportunities to collect the fabrics of knowledge to create heaven on earth and disease-free society. So using essential oil is only the basis to enliven the wholeness of the physiology, or the basis of the physiology, that is consciousness. So it is easiest procedure to enliven that consciousness so that one can experience the consciousness that is the basis for health. This is definitely has a different dimension or more refined understanding of health, how to use this tool for higher states of consciousness for the people. That is the nature of health. A person is living in higher states of consciousness is the state of health. So this Veda aroma will help to create this perfect health, immortality to all human mankind.
Courses will be held in Maharishi's residence in Meru, Vlodrop, the Netherlands. For everyone, August 16th to the 31st, 2013. For medical doctors and health professionals, November 4th through the 14th, 2013. Please apply to courses at maharishi.net.
It looks as though Dr. Chris and Anne Kroll have been at it again, producing another beautiful video, just bringing out the deep knowledge in such a beautiful and accessible way. Thank you very much. So, tomorrow morning, there will be a special meeting here at 11 o'clock. We now have a team based in Brussels Invincibility Center, which is looking into European Union funding and grants, the possibilities. And they are making connections with the EU administration and receiving information and telling them about what we are interested in. And last week we had an international webinar to inform everybody about the latest developments. We're now entering the practical phase of preparing our first application, our first project. And this would be due in September. It's worth at least 800,000 euros, and it would involve a number of countries and partners. It's becoming practical now. So everybody is invited, everyone here is invited to attend tomorrow morning at 11. And it could be that countries outside of the EU could also benefit from this. There are many countries that are actually included and could benefit. So don't think that just because you are not in the EU, your country could not benefit. It could well do so. So everyone is welcome, and it will be streamed as usual for everybody on the internet. And it'll last from 11 until 12 noon, and we'll close sharp at 12 noon so that we can all have a proper lunch, including video, and take a walk afterwards, a walk and talk. So welcome to everybody at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And unless there's anything else, Prime Minister, nothing, then with all gratitude. So this brings us to the end of our Maharishi's Global Family Chat this evening. And with all gratitude to Maharishi, we've had such a wonderful time today diving into all the values, practical values of the programs Maharishi gave us. And all gratitude to Gurudev and the tradition of Vedic masters, and to Maharajadiraj Rajaram for... And we end now by ringing the bell of invincibility for the whole world.
Training to be an expert in bringing consciousness-based education programs to your nation. 2-week course at Meru, Holland, August 1st to August 15th, 2013. Overview. Dear Rajas, Rajajeshwaris, national directors, and other leaders of Maharishi's worldwide organization, Jai Gurudev. I'm Dr. Susie Dilbeck, President of the International Foundation of Consciousness-Based Education. I hope you will organize for at least one person from your country to attend this 2-week residential course at Meru from August 1st to August 15th of this year. The full title of the course is Training to be an Expert in Bringing Consciousness-Based Education Programs to Your Nation for National Education Directors, National Directors, and Governors, Siddhas, and Meditating Educators inspired to bring enlightenment to students and coherence to their nation through education. This course, developed by the Foundation, was first offered last summer with great success in Meru's beautiful, spacious facility in nearby St. Odilienberg, where it will be offered again this year. 40 participants from 23 countries enthusiastically absorbed, presented, worked together, refined their skills, and graduated with certificates of completion while enjoying profound group programs. Here are messages sent by 2 governor participants right after the course. From the U.S., this is a marvelous and brilliant course for those of us going out to introduce consciousness-based education programs in our countries. We loved every minute of the course. It has been a whirlwind of activity since we returned home. We are making great use of the knowledge already. And from Kenya, it is a very useful and inspiring course and contains so much that can lead me to achieve my desire and goal for my country. What was so fulfilling and interesting is the overall content of the course. It provided us with clear guidelines in addition to the philosophy behind the program of consciousness-based education. The course leaders were excellent in the delivery. It kept bringing back to my mind what Maharishi stated, "The future of the world is bright, and that is my delight." Implementing this program will surely transform all nations in the world. I'm happy to tell you that this year's course continues with the same course leaders, with the added benefit of incorporating all that was learned from last year's course. For example, one useful item we have added to the resources that the participants take home with them is, in addition to a binder of all the printed course materials, they also receive a DVD of the inspiring short documentary videos that were shown, displaying the technology of consciousness in schools worldwide, and a new 20-minute sample presentation that could be made to a head of a school, recorded for this course by the great Dr. Ashley Deans, who is fortunately the main course leader. So now we'll continue with the video that was made last year describing the course. One of Maharishi's last messages to the group of national directors, Rajas and Rajajeshwaris who were assembled at Meru, Holland in January 2008 was that every nation should have a consciousness-based school to enlighten the students, and with all students practicing the TM City program with yogic flying, to generate a steady influence of positivity to the entire community and region. And if the groups are large enough, as in India, Latin America, and the United States, to radiate this influence to the whole country, and with the largest group, to the whole world, so that all nations grow in harmony, creativity, prosperity, and peace, protected by the invincible power of total natural law against any negative influences from within or from outside its borders. The purpose of the August course is to help your country achieve this goal in systematic steps by developing experts with a high level of knowledge, practice, and confidence in bringing consciousness-based education to their country. We are particularly fortunate that great international leaders of consciousness-based education will be leading this course. Dr. Ashley Deans, director of Maharishi School of the Age of Enlightenment in Iowa for 17 years, who now travels the world as global ambassador of consciousness-based education. And Raja Dr. Michael Dilbeck, international expert on scientific research on consciousness-based education. In addition, special helpful interviews have been prepared specifically for this course with Raja Dr. Luis Alvarez, Raja of Latin America, and Brahmachari Dr. Girish Varma, chairman of the Maharishi Vidya Mandir Schools Group and chancellor of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi Vedic University of India. Raja Luis and Dr. Varma are the most successful consciousness-based educators in the world, with programs in hundreds of schools, and they have solid advice to give you. And a special interview with Dr. Bevan Morris, the president of Maharishi University of Management and Prime Minister of the global country of world peace, as well as helpful interviews also prepared just for this course with other distinguished educational teachers. And I'll also be helping to teach the course. The participants will see beautiful, timeless video lectures by Maharishi on education. Several of them are from the 1970s, when Maharishi is addressing different education conferences, as well as more recent press conference excerpts related to education. And if there are enough lady participants, this group will be taught by the eminent expert in consciousness-based education on Mother Divine, who is also Dean of Faculty of Maharishi University of Enlightenment and Director of the Division of Higher Education of our foundation. The format of the course is uniquely enjoyable and very instructive. The special feature is that throughout the course, we are alternating between participants listening to the lectures and then speaking out what they've learned, expressing what they have just heard, noting down how to speak that knowledge to the audiences of educators or parents or teachers in their own country. So back and forth, listening and learning, and then practicing in workshops and small groups, giving short presentations, longer presentations, practicing answering challenging questions, as well as presenting more formally. This kind of exercise cultures a feeling of being completely at home with the knowledge and eager to express it. Maharishi said once that becoming a good speaker has 3 elements to it: developing our consciousness, practicing, and having something important to say. The topics of the course are knowledge from Maharishi, fundamental theory and principles of consciousness-based education, key principles of teaching and communicating, the ideal structure of a curriculum or lesson, ideal routine of a consciousness-based school or university, knowledge from the international experts, becoming familiar with the packages of knowledge, materials, seminars, and courses for every country that can be organized and offered by any governor, scientific research on the Transcendental Meditation and TM City programs in education, including the most recent studies, with practice sessions for the participants on giving this knowledge in slide presentations, and short, delightful documentary videos of schools worldwide, consciousness-based schools, and schools implementing Maharishi's technology of consciousness. By the end of the course, we expect that the participants will be able to initiate and guide with confidence these programs in their country, to make introductory presentations with these programs to leaders, to conferences, to educators, to school and university meetings. And these experts will be able to help guide governors of the country to implementing the full range of programs. Course materials that participants receive include a ring binder containing all the printed materials used in this course, so you'll be well set. And for the comfort of the participants, the meetings, dining, and group program are all held in the same building where they live. The meetings will be late morning, afternoons, and evenings briefly in the meeting halls of the same facility, with deep, lovely extended group programs twice daily. Translators will be provided for the main language groups, but please let us know in advance if you will need the service for participants coming for your country. To register for the course, please log on to www.meru-courses.com/CBE-expert-training-form. For any assistance, please email courses@maharishi.net. For further information about the content of the course, please write me, Dr. Susie Dilbeck, sdilbeck@maharishi.net. I hope to see many of you there this summer, or at least